For decades, the Bee Gees ruled the charts, creating music that defined generations and left an indelible mark on pop culture. But behind the glittering lights, world tours, and record-breaking albums, there was a story few fans truly knew. At 79, Barry Gibb is finally breaking his silence about his brother Robin Gibb, and the truth is far more emotional and revealing than anyone could have imagined. The Gibb brothers were inseparable in the early days. Their harmonies a perfect reflection of a shared childhood and a bond forged in the Isle of Man and later Manchester. Together, they faced the struggles of a tumultuous music industry, the pressures of fame, and the challenges of maintaining family ties amidst global superstardom. Yet even within that closeness, tensions simmered beneath the surface, creative differences, personal disagreements, and moments of rivalry that threatened to overshadow their legendary success. Barry now admits that for years, he kept many feelings buried, unwilling to speak openly about the emotional complexities of their relationship. "Robin and I were more than brothers," Barry reflects. "We were partners, rivals, confidants, and sometimes the only people who truly understood each other." As fans rejoice in their music, few realize the sacrifices, misunderstandings, and heartfelt struggles that accompanied the songs they loved. Now, after decades of silence, Barry shares what it was like to navigate fame alongside a brother who was as passionate, brilliant, and, at times, difficult as he was devoted and loving. This is a story of loyalty, love, rivalry, and the unbreakable bond that defined one of music's most iconic duos. Barry Gibb's life has always been intertwined with his younger brother, Robin. Together they created the iconic sound that would make the Bee Gees a household name. But fame, as Barry now admits, came with challenges that few outside their family could understand. Growing up on the Isle of Man and later moving to Manchester, the Gibb brothers were inseparable as children, sharing music, dreams, and an unbreakable bond. Yet even then, Barry noticed differences in their personalities. Robin was fiery, opinionated, and sometimes stubborn, qualities that would later both fuel and complicate their musical partnership. When they moved to Australia as teenagers, their talents began to attract attention. They performed in local clubs, honing their harmonies and building the foundation of what would become a legendary career. Barry, often seen as the more steady and disciplined of the two, sometimes clashed with Robin's impulsiveness. Yet those clashes weren't just personal. They were creative sparks that would shape the Bee Gees' music for decades. "Robin pushed me to be better," Barry said recently. "Sometimes it was frustrating, but I wouldn't trade a single moment." As their careers skyrocketed in the 1960s and 1970s, the pressures of fame intensified. Touring schedules were grueling, recording sessions endless, and the expectations from fans and record labels overwhelming. Robin's temperament, once endearing in small doses, sometimes clashed with Barry's methodical approach. Tensions arose over song arrangements, vocal parts, and even decisions about the group's direction. Barry recalls heated arguments that would leave them both exhausted and unsure if they could continue working together. Yet, despite the conflicts, the brothers' connection remained unshakable. Barry often reflects on the complexity of their relationship, a mixture of love, rivalry, and mutual respect. "Robin and I were always honest with each other," he explained. "We said things we probably shouldn't have at times, but it was never about hurting each other. It was about pushing each other to be the best we could be. Even in moments of tension, there were acts of profound care." Barry remembers late nights when Robin would call just to talk, or times when he would unexpectedly support Barry through personal struggles. Those small gestures, often invisible to the public, reinforced a bond that fame and fortune could never break. "Robin was complicated," Barry admits, "but he had the biggest heart of anyone I've ever known." Their creative collaboration, though sometimes strained, produced some of the most iconic songs in music history. From disco hits like Stayin' Alive to emotional ballads such as How Deep Is Your Love, their music was a reflection of both harmony and tension, the same duality that defined their personal relationship. Barry acknowledges that much of their magic came from those very differences. The push and pull, the debates, the moments of disagreement that ultimately brought depth and emotion to their songs. Now, decades after Robin's passing in 2012, Barry speaks with both grief and gratitude, He reflects not only on the brother he lost, but also on the lessons their relationship taught him about family, loyalty, and the sacrifices required by both life and music. "I miss him every day," Barry confesses. "But I also carry with me everything he taught me about music, about love, and about never giving up on the people who matter most." Barry Gibb's story is not just about fame or music. It's about the enduring bond between brothers, the complexities of love and rivalry, and the unspoken truths that only time allows us to share. At 79, he finally feels ready to tell the world the truth about Robin, the brother who shaped his life, his music, and his heart. As Barry Gibb reflects on the years he spent making music with Robin, he often returns to the moments that tested their relationship the most. Fame, he explains, was both a blessing and a challenge. The constant pressure to produce hits, the grueling tours, and the never-ending media attention sometimes magnified the differences between the brothers. Robin, known for his passionate and emotional nature, often reacted intensely to criticism or setbacks, while Barry preferred a more measured approach. This contrast could lead to friction, yet it was also the source of their creative brilliance. Barry admits that in the early years, he didn't always understand Robin's choices. The younger brother's impulsiveness, his quick temper, and his insistence on having things his way sometimes frustrated Barry. "I used to think, why can't he just see it my way?" Barry recalled. "But later, I realized that it was exactly that stubbornness that gave our music its edge." Robin's insistence on experimenting with harmonies, melodies, and arrangements often pushed the group into new territory, helping them stay relevant through changing musical eras. Despite disagreements, there was always an unspoken understanding between the two. Barry remembers late nights in the studio when they would argue over a lyric or a vocal line, only to laugh hours later over the same issue. Those moments of tension weren't about ego. They were about passion. "We wanted the music to be perfect," Barry explained. And that meant pushing each other, even when it was uncomfortable. Off the stage, Barry and Robin shared a brotherly bond that was both protective and nurturing. Barry recalls instances when Robin would worry about his family, his health, or his personal struggles, even when their own schedules were overwhelming. "Robin cared in ways people didn't see," Barry said. "He had a heart that extended beyond music. He worried about everyone, including me." That side of Robin was rarely publicized, but it left a lasting impression on Barry, shaping not only their professional partnership, but their lifelong connection. Barry also reflects on the moments of grief and loss they faced together. The music industry was often ruthless, and the brothers endured personal and professional setbacks that tested their resilience. Barry credits Robin with teaching him how to handle disappointment with grace and strength. "Robin never gave up," he said. "Even when things got hard, he would push forward." That determination was contagious. Their differences, Barry admits, were sometimes a source of public misunderstanding. Fans and journalists often speculated about tension between the brothers, assuming rivalry where there was actually collaboration. Barry emphasizes that every disagreement was part of a deeper bond. It was love expressed in the only way they knew, through music, dedication, and the occasional clash of wills. In later years, Barry has come to appreciate the depth of their connection even more. Robin's passing in 2012 left a void that no accolades or achievements could fill. Yet Barry finds comfort in knowing that their music continues to inspire millions and that their shared legacy endures. "He wasn't just my brother," Barry said. "He was my guide, my partner, my friend, and I am eternally grateful for every moment we shared." Now, at 79, Barry speaks openly about Robin for the first time, acknowledging both the struggles and the triumphs. Their story is a reminder that love between siblings isn't always simple or easy, but it is profound, enduring, and capable of creating something truly timeless. Through music, rivalry, and unspoken understanding, Barry and Robin Gibb left a legacy that continues to echo across generations. As Barry Gibb looks back on his life with Robin, he often emphasizes the duality of their relationship, a mixture of love, rivalry, and unwavering loyalty. On the surface, it may have seemed like a perfect partnership, two brothers creating iconic music that topped charts and filled arenas. Yet behind the scenes, It was a dynamic filled with tension, negotiation, and constant negotiation of egos and creative visions. Barry recalls recording sessions where tempers flared and voices were raised. Robin was passionate about every note, he said. Sometimes that meant arguing for hours over a single line or harmony. It could be exhausting, but it also meant that we never settled for mediocrity. The intensity of these moments, though challenging, became the secret ingredient that transformed their music from good to legendary. It was the push and pull, the back and forth, that brought depth and emotion to every song. Their differing personalities also shaped the public's perception of them. Barry often played the calm, measured counterpart to Robin's fiery temperament. That balance was key to the Bee Gees' success, but it sometimes led to misunderstandings. Fans and journalists frequently speculated about rifts, assuming that their disagreements were personal. Barry clarifies now that the tension was almost always creative, never born out of malice. "We argued, yes," he admits, "but it was always about making the music better, not about hurting each other." Outside of work, Barry shares that Robin had a profoundly caring side, one that few saw. He was protective, attentive, and deeply loyal to family and friends. Barry recounts countless moments when Robin would go out of his way to support those he loved, often quietly and without fanfare. "He had a way of making people feel seen and heard," Barry says. Even in the chaos of tours and fame, he never forgot what truly mattered. One of the most poignant aspects of their relationship was the way they navigated grief and hardship together. The pressures of fame, the challenges of personal loss, and the demands of a relentless music industry could have easily fractured their bond. Yet even in difficult times, the brothers stood by each other. Barry recalls late nights after shows when they would talk about life, family, and the dreams they still hoped to achieve. Those moments, he says, were priceless, the kind of connection that only siblings who have shared a lifetime can understand. Barry also reflects on the lessons Robin imparted, lessons that went beyond music. Robin taught him about resilience, patience, and the importance of maintaining integrity. "He pushed me to be honest with myself and with others," Barry says. "He showed me that success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about heart, determination, and the ability to keep moving forward. No matter what, even now, years after Robin's passing, Barry cherishes their shared legacy. Their music continues to resonate with fans old and new, serving as a testament to their bond, their struggles, and their brilliance." Barry's reflections reveal that their story wasn't just about fame or fortune, but about two brothers learning, growing, and creating something timeless together. Ultimately, Barry Gibb's truth about Robin is a story of profound love, complicated, sometimes frustrating, but enduring. It's a reminder that the people who shape us most are not always easy to be with, but their influence can be transformative. Barry's candid reflections provide a glimpse into the heart of a man who lost his brother, yet carries his spirit in every note, every harmony, and every memory of a life spent side by side. Now, decades later, Barry Gibb can speak openly about Robin with a mix of grief, admiration, and gratitude. The years have provided clarity, allowing him to see their relationship for what it truly was. A deep bond built on love, shared dreams, and occasional friction that only made their connection stronger. For Barry, Robin wasn't just a brother. He was a partner, a confidant, and a source of inspiration throughout his life. Barry recalls the profound impact Robin had on him, both personally and professionally. While Robin could be fiery and stubborn, those traits often pushed Barry to rise to his full potential. "Robin challenged me constantly," Barry reflects. "And though it wasn't always easy, I realize now that he was preparing me for the long journey of life and music. That preparation wasn't always gentle, but it was effective." Barry's enduring success, he acknowledges, is inseparable from Robin's influence and guidance. Even in times of personal struggle, Robin's presence was unwavering. Barry shares memories of late-night conversations, moments of laughter amid stress, and gestures of care that went unseen by the public. These intimate glimpses reveal a man who, beneath the public persona, possessed profound empathy and loyalty. "He had a heart that looked out for everyone around him," Barry says. "That side of him shaped not just the music we made, but the person I became." The Bee Gees' music itself stands as a testament to their relationship. The songs, the harmonies, and the emotional resonance are reflections of two brothers navigating life together, facing challenges, embracing triumphs, and learning from one another. Barry emphasizes that the creative tension between them was essential. It was in their disagreements, debates, and even frustrations that some of their most memorable music was born. Every argument, every clash, Barry notes, was part of the process that made our songs what they are today. Barry also addresses the public perception of their relationship. For years, fans speculated about rivalries or tension between the brothers, but Barry clarifies that those moments were never personal. Instead, they were born of passion, dedication, and a shared commitment to excellence. In revealing this truth, Barry hopes to honor Robin's memory and give fans a more nuanced understanding of the man behind the music. Reflecting on Robin's passing in 2012, Barry describes a sense of loss that is both profound and enduring. Yet amidst the sorrow, he finds solace in their legacy, the timeless music, the shared memories, and the lessons learned. Robin's spirit lives on in every note we sang together, Barry says, and though he's gone, his influence will continue to guide me and inspire the world. Finally, Barry's reflections offer a powerful message about family, love, and the passage of time. Relationships are rarely simple, even between those who share a lifetime together. But the challenges, the disagreements, and the lessons learned are often the very things that shape us, strengthen us, and leave a lasting imprint. For Barry, Robin was more than a brother. He was a mentor, a collaborator, and a lifelong friend. In sharing his truth at 79, Barry Gibb provides fans not only with insight into Robin's life, but also into the heart of a man who cherished, respected, and learned from his brother every step of the way. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of love, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond of family, a bond that continues to resonate through their music and in the hearts of millions around the world.